It's a regular night. How about
I can dig that. It is a regular night.
that? Okay, you said you was okay. So let's just get into it. So tell people a brief rundown of who you are and your contributions to hip hop.
Well, I was the first artist on OutKast. If y'all know OutKast Dungeon Family, I was the first artist on their record label, Aquemini Records. My first single was "It's Okay" featuring Andre 3000. Uh, like I said, I'm a part of the Dungeon Family. I'm on, of course, Killer Mike's project and a lot of other Dungeon Family projects. And we just doing what we do. We got new music, got a couple movies I'm working on, couple projects coming real soon, a couple artists that I'm dealing with, and just met with an artist a little while ago, so a female artist that has some cool music. So trying to figure out a couple things.
Okay, so let's dap into the music. What music are you working on, and what projects do you have out that's current?
All right. The last project I just dropped back in April, Loosely Volume 4. That's a project I've been dropping for the last 4 years. So y'all check that out. I got some other music that I'm working on. I got a single out right now called This Goes featuring Scotty ATL. We about to shoot the video to that. So that'll be out real soon. The song is actually out on all platforms to be downloaded or whatnot. And then got the movie Trapping for Christmas that'll be out, should be out by Black Friday. So that movie will be out and I'm on that soundtrack as well. So I got a few things in the project that I got Scotty on. I'm actually I actually had some technical difficulties because I had a hard drive that crashed, and we're trying to get some records mixed. So I'm trying to get this hard drive recovered, and hopefully we can get this project out before the end of this year.
Okay, all right. So then and I listen to your music. It definitely bops, which you already know.
Thank you.
You're OG
Thank you.
in the game, already know. Do you consider
Thank you.
yourself an OG? You still young. What do you go by?
I mean, they call me Uncle whatnot out here in the street, so it is what it is. But I mean, it's life, man. We just out here having fun, man. I'm glad to still be doing music and still doing what I love to do. So that's the main thing. Like I said, I've been doing more film stuff lately, but I'm still in the music. I got an artist that I'm working with, Millionaire Tony. We actually just had a meeting earlier about his music, and like I said, meeting with this other female artist a little while ago with a partner of mine. We got a label called It's a Problem. So we about to cause a problem out here, and like I said, we got Millionaire Tony, man. He got a hot record called Calling Me. We trying to get the right mixes on everything so we can blast it out. We got a few DJs in Atlanta that's already playing the record, and we about to get the video done and the whole nine for him. So we working on that. Like I said, I'm about to shoot the video for This Goes with Scotty ATL for myself for my new project, and we about to shoot a few videos for the Trapping for Christmas movie for the soundtrack as well. So just trying to stay loaded, man, and get these folks some good content.
It's on and popping, right?
Definitely, definitely.
So for this goes, what was the inspiration behind that?
Um, a friend of mine, we just had been vibing in the studio, and he had a record that Felly the Voice is actually on the hook, and the hook was actually on the beat already. And at the time, I was digging the record, and at the time, me and Scotty had been doing a lot of little things. He had been working on some projects of his own, and I had been helping him out with a couple things, just pulling up on him and showing up for the video shoots or whatnot. And then in the same moment, I was like, hey, I got this record. I think I want to get you on. And he got on it with no problem. And like I said, we're about to shoot the video to that one. It's a hot record. So it's online right now. This Goes featuring Scotty ATL. And we've been working on that. Like I said, I'm trying to get the rest of these records ready for y'all. So hopefully we can get this project out before the end of the year. If not, it'll be out at the top of the year. But I'm hoping, like I said, that we can get this stuff done before the end of the year. Definitely, like I said, the movie will be out, the soundtrack for that as well. And then we actually, another friend of mine, we shooting an independent film called Make Atlanta Straight Again, and it's gonna be a real cool, some a little different than you know 'em. And we about to start shooting that probably in the next 3 weeks. So just working, having fun, doing, like I said, doing what I'm doing. It's always a blessing.
That sound like that last project sound like a little story. Like
Definitely. The Make Atlanta Straight Again project, that's it's actually based on some true stories. So I got some friends that used to do some scamming back in the day, but this is before the laws had changed and it had got real crazy. And so it's like some hood Ocean's 11 type stuff. Yeah. So it's a little different. It ain't your ordinary, average, everyday song coming out the hood, but it's a little different. It's gonna be fun. Trapping for Christmas, another fun movie. Cool idea. It's basically based on kind of give you the idea of somebody going through adversity and just trying to figure it out. But then we hustle it up and make it happen. So it's fun, entertaining, a hood comedy. I kind of say, and I think a lot of people gonna enjoy that. So like I said, that should be out no later than Black Friday. I know they've been editing the last couple of things and getting the soundtrack finished up. I'm on probably about 4 or 5 records on the soundtrack, so that should be coming real soon. And we're just working, man. Like I said, having fun, doing music, and continuing to create.
Continuing to create while in COVID, nevertheless, like that's a major thing. So what's life like? Yeah. So what's been going on with you since COVID-19?
Working. Just like I said, just it like even with the movie that I was talking about, Make Atlanta Straight Again. We actually were going to start shooting that right when the pandemic jumped off, and that put us on hold. So now we actually trying to get everything back moving with that. But it's been crazy just trying to. I was able to get the 420 project done. It was a little tricky getting that done as well because, of course, the pandemic jumped off, and then I do that project for some reason. I always do it crunch time and do all the records within a week. So I had to got the features on there. I kind of had the structure because there wasn't a lot of studios open, so people who had access to places and things of that nature, we really worked it out and got everything done in like 7 to 10 days, and that was a blessing. So y'all check that out. Loose Leaf Volume 4. We got 4 volumes out there. Cool project. Like I said, we just been having fun out here, man. Just being creative, giving people content, stuff to gravitate to. You know what I mean? That's always a blessing. Trying to figure out the next moves. Working hard on some film projects. Got some other stuff that I'm trying to develop film-wise, movies and television shows. So we just working.
So when you say film, first of all, let me go back because you made a valid point that you were the first artist up under the OutKast Flagship. That's kind of huge. Like that's not something to take lightly. Like you are like dope as all get out. So
thank you.
Welcome. How does that make you feel that they had their eyes on the prize?
Well, that's always been a blessing, man. It's crazy how things work. You know what I mean? It's always been a blessing to come up under those guys. Probably the best rap group of all time, in my opinion. So, I can't complain. It's helped me out a lot with my career, and we all still doing projects. Goody Mob got a project. I talked to Gip yesterday. Goody Mob got a project that's about to come out. Big Boy and Sleepy got the Big Sleepover project about to come out. Of course, Killer Mike got the project, the Run the Jewels project out right now. I'm working on some music. Organized Noise been doing their thing. So everybody been working. Backbone, Cool Breeze got some other stuff coming out, I think, next year. And the whole camp been just doing what they've been doing.
Dungeon Family. Okay. All right. You know what I like about you? I like the fact that you plug them in there. You got so many people who's like, nah, this is my time. I'm getting ready to do this for me. And you're like, nah, we all working over here. So is that big for you to hold everybody up even when you up?
most definitely, man. That's just me. It is what it is. Those the guys. They help pave the way for me to be able to have my opportunity as well. So, one time for the whole DF and everybody, like I said, everybody out here working, still doing what they do, keeping the content in the culture alive.
Right, big facts. So then, speaking of culture, you keep talking about this film. So how did you get into film work? Like, is that a
I
second
actually, as far as acting and things of that, I was actually probably doing that before I actually was writing raps. I remember second, third grade, I was doing plays and on stage, and I had been doing that all through high school. I actually had an opportunity to get a scholarship in drama when I was in school. It just wasn't the course that I was trying to go at that particular time. And I've done a couple of other films. We got The Products of American Ghetto that's out right now with my homeboy T4 Ninth Inning. That's out. I'm in that movie. I'm in Jack Boys 1 and 2, an independent film that's in the streets. 20 Funerals, that's a film we did some years ago. That's online as well. Like I said, I got a couple other. I actually shot a couple of other parts in other movies that never came out. Like this guy Gabriel Hart. He does a lot of music videos for a lot of big artists. But we shot this movie some years ago, and the house that he was staying in at the time, he had the footage in there, and it caught on fire, and everything got messed up. So that threw that whole film off. I shot another independent film that never came out as well. But I've been doing the acting thing, kind of dabbling in that pretty much all my life. You know what I'm saying? And as I got older, transitioning from music, like I said, I still do music because a lot of the independent stuff that we've been doing, we've been putting the film stuff together, but actually helping facilitate the music as well. So just running everything together, trying to just, like I said, keep the content going, keep the culture going, having fun, being creative, doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Not forced to do. So, that's always a blessing.
Yeah. So then, with that being said, do you think, like, for artists like who's been out, who's made the music, to always have another backup plan to do something else?
Definitely, especially in this climate today. Back when I first came out, the game was a whole lot different, and even before then, it was even more different. So today, music is almost just like a commercial. You know what I'm saying? Just an avenue to continue to promote yourself, but it's bigger than the music. It's a lot harder to sell music, for one, because you got so many free platforms. But outside of that, it's just all about branding and expanding the brand that you build. And as far as merchandising, the film stuff, any other things that you can think of, reinvesting in the other aspects out here, things that you might be interested in. I build houses. I done had trucking companies and things of that nature. So, it's all about just continuing to build your brand, continuing to be an entrepreneur outside of the entertainment business itself.
That's right. So,
Definitely.
like, what's your favorite project?
My favorite project. That's a tough one. Probably. I mean, the last couple loose leaf projects have been fun, just for the simple fact the vibe is kind of on what I started, how I started, and where I was at when I was in high school. Just enjoying creating with people around me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not worrying more about the business aspects of it, but just really having fun, doing music, and whatever we create, we just try to bring life to it. So the last couple of projects that I've done from that standpoint have been fun. And even with the newer project that I'm working on, that I'm trying to get some of the music, all that's been fun, because I've been rocking with my partners who've been doing music forever, for one, and we just been having fun doing it how we used to do it. You know, just get in there and spit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just you know, hey, what you got today? And somebody kick it off, and then we take it from there and see where we go.
Okay, old school freestyle. I like it. I like it.
Exactly. That's part of the problem what I got right now though, because a lot of the records that I say that was on that drive that crashed, I never wrote the songs.
Oh.
Everything that I was doing, a lot of that stuff I was doing was done off the top of my head right then, and so I don't have copies of the records or nothing like that. So I can't even. I got the beats, but I can't even recreate what I actually had because it was done on the spot. So it's kind of crazy. But we gonna get it taken care of, and like I said, hopefully, if not, you know, within the next month or two, top of the year, definitely that project will be out. We still shooting the video. We about to get that out with the record with Scotty. So that definitely be out. It's actually the song has been getting some buzz and doing well online. So I ain't complaining.
As somebody who's been around for as long as you've been around, just with music, hip hop, with respect to the culture, have you ever, and you rhyme well, like your rhyming skills, your cadence is on point.
I appreciate that.
So with somebody who's got that going on for himself, like off the rip, off the top, have you ever been stretched in your craft?
That's a good question. I can't say necessarily stretched. It's just, well, even with the 420 projects, because a lot of the records are based around the same stuff, it's tough. It's tough doing them because I make a lot of records with the same subject matter for those for that particular project, and I've done 4 volumes. So you're trying to find other ways to make the same thing cool again, over and over. And so from that standpoint, yeah. But I mean, I've been writing rap since I was in 2nd, 3rd grade. You know, it's like when you first learn how to, when you first learn to tie your shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I can't really teach you how to do that because I've been doing that so long. I don't even know how I knew how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I just do it. It's just something I wake up and do. You know, we make records. I've been writing raps before I was recording them. You know, we used to stand in the hallways in school, beating on the wall and beating on the poles and rapping and you know what I mean? So it's just, you know, it's just a lifestyle. It ain't, you know, whether I'm getting some money from this or not, I probably still be doing music. You know, I was doing music before we were making a dime from it. So it's just something I do. You know what I mean?
You're passionate.
Like, if you're an artist, if you draw, if you paint or something like that, whether you know, a artist with a well-known name, or you just somebody who do it at home for personal pleasure. No matter what, you can continue to do that. So it is what it is.
Curator of rap.
That's it.
So, like, when you were growing up, what or who inspired you? Which artist inspired you the most?
I mean, that the list goes on from the beginning. The first actual tape I bought was Mr. Magic's Rap Attack that had
Mr. Magic from No Limit.
Magic. No. This way, you see, this way, no Limit wasn't nowhere close to being in the picture at this time. I mean, it's a whole nother ball game. Artists like Dana Dane. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Slick Rick. Definitely Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? Africa Bambaataa, folks who started this. I'm a good friend of MC Shan, one of the MCs who had one of the first, probably the biggest first rap beef ever in rap history. But then you go to artists like Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Redman, some of my favorites. I mean, the list goes on. Scarface, the Ghetto Boys, 8-Ball MJG, JT Money from the Poison Clan, Kilo Ali out of Atlanta, Sammy Sam out of Atlanta, like folk who helped me come up you know what I'm saying, understand what it was to even be wanting to do hip hop and rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the people who inspired me to even really dig deep and want to get into this. Jermaine Dupri, as far as producer, Jermaine Dupri, Dallas Austin, of course, Organized Noise, all pioneers in Atlanta. So, you know, and then it's just crazy. A lot of my personal peers, we all, as far as artists like Jagged Edge, 112, Escape, man, the list goes on. I mean, a lot of these people I'm just saying, we actually grew up. Yeah, we grew up together before any of us jumped off. Rashida, you know what I'm saying? I used to take her to school. You feel me? Stuff like that. Like, these is my personal friends way before we had even thought about, like, we was doing music and we was doing other little things, dancing or whatever, or other aspects around this. Titty Boy, 2 Chainz, I'm sorry.
You went back.
I mean, well, I was gonna call them by his real name, but I'm just saying, these folks, all these people is people a lot of us all from the same side of town, from the south side of town. Jagged Edge from the east side, as far as the twins and Kyle. But Wingo, when Wingo first got with Jagged Edge, he actually was right. I took him to 581 to get with them, to get in the group. He wasn't even in the group yet, because it was the twins and Kyle, and they needed another member. Wingo was in a whole nother singing group. I remember 112 going to showcases with them. They wasn't even called 112 before they signed with this. They were called Forte. You understand me? When I first I used to be Mr. If you remember the singing group, Mr. Blackberry Molasses, Bobby B, that whole group. I was their road manager as a teenager, and I remember taking them to see the Dogs. If you don't know who the Dogs is, that's who Destiny Child was before they became Destiny Child. There was a singing group called the Dogs. You understand me? So I've been doing this a very, very long time. I used to go to Jack the Rapper. You know, I got a lot of friends in the industry. One of my personal best friends is Farnsworth Bentley, and he been doing a whole lot of crazy, amazing things behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. But we've been working on a whole lot of crazy stuff that y'all will see about real soon. I ain't gonna even talk about that, but yeah, like the game, it's crazy. But I got a lot going on. You know, I'm waiting on it to manifest itself, and then we'll go from there. But so I ain't gonna talk about a lot of it. But like I said, I got music. We got some independent film. We creating some other content out here, and we just gonna keep the culture going.
Keep it moving. So I have 2 more questions. Yeah. So and this is just stemming off of everything that you told me about everybody that you knew. I like MC Shine, by the way, because he came out with In Atlanta, right? Wasn't that the song In Atlanta?
Well, no. Shan actually from New York, but he had the record. Him and KRS-One had you had To the Bridge, and you had The Bridge Is Over. Okay,
I remember that.
He had To the Bridge. That was Shan record, and then KRS-One came out with the diss record, The Bridge Is Over, because Shan is from Queens, and KRS-One is from the Bronx, so it was like The Bridge Is Over. But they had the first biggest rap beef in the history of rap. Like that was the first big rap beef ever, and then it went on from there. But as far as beefs in rap, that was the first one that everybody knew about. You know what I'm saying? With us coming from the South, for us, exactly. So, and it's crazy because I be watching Shane and they still be jugging at each other sometimes. So it's even crazy now. Yeah, but like I said, man, I got a lot of friends in the game. We still out here doing what we doing, and got a couple homegirls that just got signed to one of my homeboys. They got a deal through Warner Brothers, so they'll be out. I'm gonna go to a little party they got tonight.
Okay.
Support them, but like I said, I got an artist on the way. He about to do his thing, and I think it ain't the same thing that you've been hearing. That's you know what I'm saying. So the game as a whole has changed. because a lot of people have access, you know, with it being digital. But we still got some good stuff out here that you ain't heard yet. So trying to give it to you.
Do you think it's important to, just like I said, by the stuff that you told me with the people that you grew up with, and just always around somebody that's doing something in the music game in order to succeed in your craft, to surround yourself with like-minded people who's doing, not, they don't necessarily have to do the same thing, but they got to be doing something.
Definitely. I mean, you know, you are the company you keep. You know what I'm saying? If you're around people who trying to get something out of life, you most likely gonna be trying to get something too. If you around people who ain't doing nothing, you probably ain't gonna be doing nothing either. So, you know, I surround myself with people who trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? By any means, making the right moves, understanding what it is to be out here and what it takes to get to those next levels. And even some of the people who are around me, they may have some of those attributes, but might don't understand. You know, I got, like, even the guy I got a situation with, he's younger than me, so I'm teaching him some things. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to just let them know, hey, you got to drive, but this way you need to be going. And that's the main thing, you know, as long as we all out here trying to get to the top, because we can all get into something, and and it's cool. You can find, you know, everybody ain't gonna be the Jay-Z or the Eminems or the whoever your favorite artist is, but there can be a place for you. You need to find that place and be the best person that you can be in that place. You know what I'm saying? It's a fan base, you know, it's a fan base for everybody. You just got to do enough to get out there and get to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing. Everybody ain't gonna like everybody. I ain't never liked all rappers. I ain't liked all singers. You know what I'm saying? I don't like all genres. But those people still do what they do, and they have their fans. So they're being the best at what they do, and that's and it's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the best at what I can do, and with whoever gravitates to that, then that's what we're gonna take. But we're gonna try to give you the most of it at all times.
The authentic. Okay, I can dig it. So then, do you have any apparel? Like, what else do you have going on aside?
Well, I had a couple of lines that I was doing with some other folks, but I got some other stuff that's on the way right now. We got with the label. We got a whole nother separate line that It's a Problem, and we got the Problem Ink line. Y'all, I mean, we put a couple pieces out there, but we about to really push that. I got the Calhoun and like I said, It's a Problem with Apparel. Of course, I got the Calhoun and Company Apparel out. We're about to push that even more. I got the It's Okay t-shirts from the first single. So we got the It's Okay. I got the Dirt Work tees coming. We got a lot of Calhoun and Co stuff coming, and then a lot of the Problem Inc. Stuff on the way. I got some other stuff that I'm working on. I got a whole nother line that I'm putting together. So I'm putting together a couple of things, because I ain't gonna lie to you, the merchandise is where the money is.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Believe it or not. I mean, to be honest, I had a friend of mine. This is back when MySpace was still going on, okay? And he works with Chameleonaire. And of course, as you've seen, the Chameleonaire does a lot of stuff as far as creating a lot of this stuff that's going on. And back then, they was meeting with the people from MySpace, and this back when Napster was when Napster was out, and a lot of the music had first started being free because Napster was out. And he told me then, he said, look, it ain't gonna be about the music. He said, the music will be free. And this back when people were still selling records. Actual physical pieces were still in store. He said, the music will be free. The music is gonna be free. But your fans will buy anything, any merchandise you have. That's what they gonna pay for. He said, focus on your merchandise. And it took me a couple of years to get everything going, but trust me, the merchandise is where the money is. at the end of the day. Music, I mean, it's money in music, definitely. But what I'm saying is, for one, it's just a difference. It's a difference in the product. As you know, if I can make $15-$20 off a T-shirt and can sell a couple thousand of them, I can make a couple dollars. You feel me? It's, so you know and that profit margin is greater than what I'll make off an album. So
wow.
From that standpoint, it's
that's a lot.
Well, I'm just saying, if independently, if I sell a record, I probably make $6-7 a record. If I make $15 a T-shirt, then we double that money. So of course the profit margin is greater. That is, you know, it's simple math. It ain't no rocket science. It just is what it is. I'm selling two different products, and one I make more off of than the other.
Right.
That's simple. So if I can sell a good number of these and a good number of these and add it all up, then it'll work out. So you got a lot of artists out here that a lot of people ain't never heard of, probably won't never hear about. But, you know, they consistently can come out, sell 2,000 or 3,000 records, which ain't a whole lot. But, you know, they making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a project as far as record sales. And then they can go sell a couple thousand T-shirts and make $15-$20 a T-shirt. So at the end of the day, they still making $80,000, $100,000. You do that, you drop 2 or 3 projects, keep pushing your merchandise, you're making $200,000-$300,000 a year. Don't nobody, a whole lot of people outside of your fan base don't know you, but you got a fan base of 3, 4, 5, 6,000 people that you can make $200,000 off of a year. Simple math.
It's simple math, but records don't sell as like back in the day. You could charge close to $20 for a record. Yeah. So that has changed tremendously. If you could change something about the industry now, what would that look like? What would that be?
The accessibility. You know what I'm saying? It just, I mean, the game it just flooded. So it is what it is. It's just the access. But in turn, it can be a blessing for those who win with it, but it's a lot more competition. And when I say competition, not necessarily everybody on the same level. It's just it's so much out there, people don't know what to choose from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and nothing is special anymore necessarily. You know what I'm saying? People, I mean, your top tier artists, your top 40 artists out here throughout the whole world, of course. If they drop a project and say, you know, if you wake up and hear a new Beyonce project just came out online, you probably gonna gravitate to that and want to hear what it is. But your regular Joe Blow, if he drop a record tomorrow, you got to dig through 1,000 more Joe Blows to even figure out which one of the Joe Blows you want to listen to. Yeah. So that changes the game from that, and it's just not as special. You know, it's just like a magician. With tricks, you know, once you learn, if a magician show you how he did the trick, then it's like, hey, magic really ain't nothing, bro. It's a trick. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, same thing with the music. You know, it's no mystique behind it. So from that aspect, it kind of diminished. It's crazy because I've been in the game for long enough, and I know what the numbers used to be, and I know what they are now. So when you take as far as the price of what the cost of recording a record now versus what the cost of recording a record back then was, a whole lot different. You know, if I was on a major label and I recorded an album, you know, it might cost me a couple $100,000. And I'm talking about, I mean, I might spend $100,000 and actually just recording as far as the process. Because when we first started on 2-inch tape versus digital, that changed it. We used to have reels that cost $200 a piece, and you had to have 2 of them just to drop one song. We just talking about the tape you got to record on. We ain't even talking about studio time or nothing like that. Then you spending $150, $200 an hour studio time. You in there 4-5 hours. That's gonna cost you $1,000. So plus the $400 you spend on tape. So that's $1,400 on studio time for 4-5 hours. You feel what I'm saying? Versus now you can go you can go get a setup for $1,500. You can go buy a whole studio now. So you feel me, and record all day, every day whatever you want to do. So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? As far as it, the value diminished. We used to spend two, three, 400,000, $500,000 on video. Where now you got cats out here. I mean, some of these young cats coming up shooting video for $200. So
with a cell phone.
Exactly. I mean, you got movies that's been shot on
Mm-hmm.
iPhones. So that changed the game. The value of a lot of this stuff changed and diminished, which made it a little harder. Then you got the younger artists, because the game is flooded, the younger artists who make a little noise in the streets in their local cities diminish the value because they willing to do a show for $500, $1,000. And then the older artists who've been having records, that throws their money out because the promoter needs to promote what's hot right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the guy that's hot right now don't want for $500 to $1,000. You got a whole discography. Now they don't want to pay you as much because, hey man, I'm gonna go get the young guy for this number, and we still gonna pack the building. You feel me? So it changed the game from that aspect. But like I said, we just out here just having fun, you know, winning monetarily or not. Either way, we doing this because we can do it. We're gonna get money regardless. Like I said, it's about reinvesting. You know, there's just one part of what I do in life. You know, entertainment is probably the biggest part, but I got a lot of other stuff that I'm working on. Like I said, the merchandising and things of that nature. And then even with the artists, I'm planning on taking them to the higher levels because I had deals with Foot Action and Adidas and Pele and things, OutKast clothing and stuff like that. So those opportunities are still out here as far as branding and dealing with other brands, bigger brands, and cross collabing and things of that nature. So we're gonna just you know, see where life takes us.
Far. You got your head on right, so it's gonna go far.
Hey, why not?
So let people know where they can follow you and download that music and watch your movies.
Man, y'all can find me Slimm Calhoun. That's Slimm with 2 M's, SLIMM Calhoun. I run it all together on all social media. I don't care what it is, Facebook, Instagram, tagged. If you're still on MySpace, we still on MySpace. We on everything. It is. So I'm on everything. The movies, I'm not sure what platforms will be out, but Trapping for Christmas should be out soon. Products of the American Ghetto is out right now. Jack Boys is out right now. 20 Funerals out right now. I feel like it's one more film that I ain't thinking of that I can't picture right now. But Make Atlanta Straight Again. Hopefully we'll be shooting that soon, so that'll be on the way. A lot of new music. Discos featuring Scotty ATL. Y'all can go download that right now on all platforms. Y'all check for the new music, man. Y'all check for my artist reading that toner. The label It's a Problem. My other label, Curve Stone Entertainment, and Calhoun, man.